7 Things you are bound to miss after a breakup. Unfortunately, breakups really do happen way too often. It's really sad whenever relationships have to come to a close. It doesn't really matter whether you're the one who chose to end things or if you're the one who got broken up with. It's always going to hurt. It's always going to be difficult. There are so many feelings at play here. There are so many emotions that need to be made sense of. And it can get really messy whenever emotions come into play. Everyone knows that. But part of what makes a breakup so difficult isn't just the breakup itself. Yes, it hurts whenever such an important aspect of your life has to draw to a close. However, it's what comes after the breakup that can really break a person. It's the idea of having to face a world with a new situation, with a new perspective, and with a new outlook on life. You are bound to just reminisce about some of the parts of your relationship that meant a lot to you. That's normal. Human beings really are nostalgic creatures by nature. No one can fault them for that. You shouldn't be ashamed of missing certain aspects of your failed relationship. There really are plenty of things to miss about being in love with someone regardless of who ended the relationship or why it had to come to a close. And it's not just hullabaloo whenever people say that breakups are difficult. There is actually a very rational scientific explanation behind it. When a couple goes through a breakup, the brain experiences massive withdrawal symptoms almost identical to a heroin addict quitting cold turkey, said Dr. Wyatt Fisher, a licensed psychologist and relationship expert. After a breakup, people should expect withdrawal symptoms for roughly 6 months and increase their self-care. If your ex happened to serve as a really big part of your life before, then it really is okay to miss certain aspects of their presence and existence in your life. It isn't going to be easy as you try to get over them. In fact, it might require a lot of time and effort on your part. You aren't going to be able to move on from your breakup right away. That is why whenever you find yourself just missing your partner and thinking about the parts of your relationship that you used to love so much, don't fret. You aren't straying from the path. There is nothing wrong with what you're doing. It's expected that sweet random memories are going to go through your mind every so often. You will find yourself longing for those moments that you can no longer have. You might find yourself wishing that you and your ex are back together. And whenever you go through these spells, it's important that you remind yourself that what you're going through is normal. It's part of you being human. So, without much further ado, here are a few things you are bound to miss about your relationship after a breakup. 1. Their friends and family. When you lost this person, you didn't just lose them. You also lost the people that you met because of them. You lose their friends and their family who you might have grown to love and adore as well. 2. The happy memories you used to share. You shared a lot of happy memories together as a couple. And of course, it's normal to miss moments of happiness. But it's also important to remember that you had your bad moments as well, and that's why your relationship had to come to a close. 3. Having someone you can always talk to. You used to always have someone you could turn to whenever you needed to get something off your chest. You had someone you could always talk to regardless of whatever you wanted to talk about. 4. Having someone you can always have sex with. Sex is great. And it's always normal for you to miss it whenever it's not so readily accessible for you anymore. You and your partner could always get sensual whenever you wanted. 5. Having someone you can always spend time with. You used to always have someone who you know you could spend time with. You always had plans. You never had to bear with your own loneliness. You had a constant companion in your ex. 6. The solid friendship you used to share. When you were in a relationship, you had a really solid foundation of friendship going on. And not having this person around can be like missing a friend. 7. The actual person. And of course, you might even miss the actual person. And that's fine. That doesn't mean that you will want to get back together with them. You just miss this one person who used to be such an important part of your life.